In Florida, along the Gulf of Mexico, lies a distinctive coastal stretch spanning 100 miles. Back in the 1940s, its beaches surged in popularity, earning it the moniker the playground of the Gulf Coast. By the 1950s, the presence of an amusement park renamed this expanse of white sands the Miracle Strip. Renowned songwriter Tom T. Hall dubbed this coastline the Redneck Riviera in one of his hit songs. The unofficial but certainly fitting title to this U.S. treasure is the Emerald Coast, a name that perfectly encapsulates its stunning beauty. The crown jewel of the Emerald Coast is one of the most popular family beach destinations in the U.S. A staggering 80% of the Emerald Coast 5 million annual visitors flock to Destin for sun-filled adventures. Hey there, my name is Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life. In this video, I'll unveil 10 intriguing facts about Destin, Florida, and delve into why its unique powdery white beaches and vibrant green waters continue to allure vacationers year after year. As always, I've left links in the description below. Share your Destin experiences in the comments, and feel free to add any additional facts about this beloved southern beach destination. So go ahead and hit the like button. Here are 10 facts about Destin, Florida. Number 10. Destin's Snow White Sand. Destin, Florida stands out for its reputation of boasting some of the world's most exquisite beaches. Taking a stroll along the shores of Destin is a sensory delight, engaging you in a symphony of texture, color, and sound. The dazzling white sand, with its high quartz crystal content, accentuates the brilliance of sunlight, casting a radiant and inviting ambience. Along the Emerald Coast, the pristine, crystal-clear waters further enhance this visual spectacle. Renowned for its fine and velvety texture, Destin's sand is exceptionally soft. But maybe you don't like sand because it's coarse and rough and irritating and gets everywhere.
I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
If only Anakin knew about Destin's white sand. It's a completely different experience. Interestingly, its reflective properties ensure that even in the scorching heat of summer, the sand remains pleasantly cool underfoot. When visiting Destin beaches, many visitors forego footwear to revel in the sensation of the smooth sand against the soles of their feet. Another feature of Destin's sugary white sand is a curious squeaking sound that emanates with each step. Some sources claim the sand sings, but I guess that depends on one's taste in music. As much as I love this white sand, I don't think it sounds like singing. But when you're walking on the sand in your bare feet, it does make a fascinating sound. This phenomenon is attributed to the interplay of high quartz content and the grain's size and shape. This adds an enhancing auditory dimension to the beach experience. Combined with the soothing melody of gentle waves and the caress of a cool breeze, Destin offers a beach encounter unlike any other in the world. Number 9. Destin's historical name. Destin has long been dubbed the luckiest fishing village in the world, but the origins of this title are as murky as the depths of the Gulf. Various explanations exist for how Destin earned this prestigious moniker. If you hail from Destin, we invite you to share your thoughts on why the village is considered the luckiest village in the world in the comments below. The eponymous figure behind Destin's name, Leonard Destin, had a rather unfortunate start. Born around 1850 in the waterfront village of New London, Connecticut, Leonard hailed from a family deeply entrenched in whaling and fishing. His father George and brothers Nathan and William relied on the sea to sustain their livelihood along the Connecticut coast. Occasionally, the adventurous Destin family would venture down to Florida's east coast to fish and salvage wrecks, often ravaged by fierce hurricanes in the Gulf. On September 15, 1835, tragedy struck as a ferocious hurricane engulfed the Destin family off the Atlantic coast of central Florida near the Bermuda Triangle's western edge. The storm claimed the lives of George, William, and several crew members, leaving Leonard and Nathan clinging to debris for survival. Marooned on a barrier island off Florida's east coast, the brothers awaited rescue, which mercifully arrived a few months later. Following their rescue, Nathan returned to Connecticut while Leonard chose to remain in the southern waters of the United States, finding work as a crew member on a fishing vessel. Through hard work and perseverance, Leonard eventually saved enough to captain his own boat. He turned his focus to the abundant waters of the Gulf, particularly those off the coast of what is now modern-day Destin. Enthralled by the pristine white sandy beaches and crystal clear waters, Captain Destin was astounded by the seemingly inexhaustible fish populations and diverse species. Establishing a fishing camp and a thriving business, Captain Leonard Destin amassed a substantial fortune. His fishing fleet grew to over 100 boats, solidifying his status as a legendary figure in the industry. Though Captain Destin passed away in the mid-1870s, his legacy endured through his best friend and business partner, Bill Marler, who honored his memory by naming the fishing community after Captain Destin. Number 8. The largest private charter fishing fleet in all of North America. Despite its small-town status, with a current population of less than 15,000, Destin, Florida boasts the largest private charter fishing fleet in North America, a fact that may surprise many. Anchored by the expansive Destin Harbor, one of Florida's largest and most well-equipped harbors, the village accommodates approximately 125 charter boats, each possessing state and federal permits. Remarkably, this constitutes the largest fleet housed within a single port throughout North America. The bustling presence of charter boats is ubiquitous in Destin, underscoring its deep-rooted connection to fishing, a legacy that predates the area's reputation as a recreational destination for families seeking pristine beaches and clear waters. Founded as a fishing town, Destin's maritime heritage continues to thrive with no signs of slowing down in the foreseeable future. Before this upcoming fact, let me give you a quick disclaimer. Declaring someplace the best at anything is always a stretch. Let me explain. In the early days of Google, cities located near or in popular vacation destinations recognized Google's potential. A lot of these cities immediately began building a large internet footprint, and a lot of these cities made claims that may or may not necessarily be true. These days, surface-level Googling isn't objective research, and let's be honest, it never has been. But I think there is more than enough evidence to call this next one a fact. Now, I admit it's a little fluid. After all, it's about fishing, and we all know that people lie about fishing. But as you watch the rest of this video while remembering the previous facts, I think you're going to agree this is factual. Number 7. The best fishing vacation destination in the continental U.S. In the continental United States, there is no better place for fishing than Florida. And the most popular city in Florida to charter a boat for the best saltwater fishing is in Destin, Florida. Destin's had a lot of nicknames, but like I mentioned earlier, one of its nicknames is the luckiest fishing village in the world, even though I'm not sure fishing has anything to do with luck. Destin has the widest variety of fish species available to fishermen. This has a lot to do with Destin's quick and easy access to the deepest depths of the Gulf, which sets Destin apart from other nearby ports. Because various species of fish live at different depths, anglers can quickly reach all depths of fishable water, featuring 20 types of edible game fish, including a wide variety of grouper and snapper. In fact, the largest red snapper ever caught in Florida was caught right off the coast of Destin. It weighed a hefty 46 pounds and 8 ounces. Destin has bragging rights to more than 10 saltwater world fishing records. Destin is the most popular destination in all of the U.S. for anglers, and it's home to some of the world's largest fishing tournaments, such as the famous Destin Fishing Rodeo, established way back in 1948. No two fishing trips in Destin look exactly the same thanks to the wide variety of places to fish, as well as the fish species to be caught. Destin is a fisherman's paradise. Hey, real quick, if you're new to our channel, thank you so much for watching this video, and there are more amazing facts in just a few seconds. While you're here, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel. We try to respond to all comments, so tell us about your Destin vacation, or tell us about your favorite beach. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, and let me know if you guys are still wanting me to do some live streaming occasionally. Okay, let's get back to the Emerald Coast. Number 6. Destin's clear water. Of all the beautiful beaches in Florida, Destin is always at the top of everyone's list for the most beautiful. One of the reasons why people love the beaches around Destin is because of the clarity of the water. The clarity of coastal water is influenced by the amount of sediment rivers deposit into the ocean. The Mississippi River makes the coastline west of the Florida-Alabama line browner and cloudier. The Mississippi River is a tremendous source of sediment. Old Man River dumps 550 million metric tons of sediment into the Gulf of Mexico each year. But east of the Mississippi, along the Emerald Coast, especially along Destin's beaches, there are no major rivers dumping sediment or waste into the ocean. This keeps Destin's water clean, clear, and free of impurities. Destin's salt water also gets some help from natural filtration provided by Choctawhatchee Bay. But another reason why the green waters here are so strikingly highlighted is the whiteness of the Emerald Coast beachfront. As mentioned earlier, the white sands along this part of the Panhandle are made up of quartz. The gleaming white beaches and sandy underwater flats, especially in full sun, enhance the potency of the nearshore depths. All of that combined produces this amazing emerald color. Number 5. Destin's Emerald Green Water. Now listen, if you don't hear anything else I say in this video, I hope you hear this. The snow white sand, water clarity, and this gorgeous emerald color is worth your vacation dollars at least once. Now in the last fact, I explained the clarity of the water. But where is this emerald color coming from? The emerald color is provided by a rich population of phytoplankton, microscopic organisms which include algae that are photosynthetic, meaning they produce food from solar energy. Phytoplankton absorbs solar energy through a green pigment called chlorophyll. You remember all this from 7th grade science. High concentrations of chlorophyll from these planktonic powerhouses provide the emerald appearance. And you get variation of color. Fluctuating levels of algae help explain why the Emerald Coast may look more or less emerald at any given time. The angle the sun hits the water also plays a role. Number 4. A famous island that doesn't really exist. Destin benefits from convenient access to the deep waters of the Gulf thanks to the East Pass. Initially, this pass was narrow and challenging to navigate. However, during the 1920s, a combination of heavy rainfall to the north and severe damage caused by one of the century's worst hurricanes resulted in Destin losing its crucial deepwater access, which was integral to its fishing industry. In response, the local community took matters into their own hands, using shovels to create a new pass. Seriously, just shovels. Later, the Army Corps of Engineers intervened, widening the Destin East Pass through dredging. Engineers deposited the sand that was removed in one location, giving rise to what is now known as Crab Island. During the 1950s and 1960s, Crab Island fostered the growth of seagrass, wildlife, and vegetation, seemingly stabilizing the sandy man-made island. However, this stability was short-lived. In 1974, Hurricane Eloise battered Crab Island, causing substantial erosion and reducing much of the sand above the waterline. But despite this, Crab Island, which isn't an island at all, is one of the most popular attractions in Destin, garnering attention from television networks like HGTV and Good Morning America. Its popularity continues to grow each year, attracting tens of thousands of visitors with its shallow emerald green waters. The depth of the water here ranges from 1 to 4 feet. While this isn't our scene, it's ideal for boat parties. Boasting a vibrant atmosphere akin to a massive summer party, Crab Island serves as a gathering place for boats, offering ample opportunities for anchoring down and enjoying the sun. During visits, guests can indulge in dolphin watching, spot occasional sea turtles, and even catch a glimpse of crabs. Imagine that, crabs on Crab Island. Number 3. Destin's famous dining. Over 80% of the fish served in seafood restaurants across Florida is imported. Okay, I get it. For many of you watching this video, that first sentence of this fact might be worse than finding out there is no Santa Claus. But it's true. And Florida's not even the worst offender on the East Coast. Destin stands out as a beach destination where local seafood truly means seafood caught locally. With an abundance of more than 20 edible fish species swimming just off the coast, numerous local restaurants proudly offer a diverse selection of fresh catches brought in daily by local fishermen. In addition to the expected menu items like grouper, snapper, and mahi-mahi, Destin's catch of the day selections often include unique options such as lionfish. Visitors can savor locally sourced shrimp, oysters, and crab readily available year-round directly from the docks. It's common to enjoy fish caught on the very same day it's served. One of the highlights of Destin's dining scene is the presence of restaurants offering fresh catch menu options. Many of these establishments go the extra mile by cleaning and cooking your catch for you. With nearly a dozen Gulf-to-table restaurants in Destin, anglers can enjoy a rewarding culinary experience. Ironically, during our Destin getaway, I fished the pier and didn't catch a single fish. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up. I'm going to share my pier fishing story in Destin in an upcoming video, so you won't make the same mistake. This video is going to be hilarious, so make sure you're subscribed. Number 2. Destin's weird stuff. Let me share a few intriguing Destin factoids that may pique your interest. First off, Destin is renowned for its stunning sunsets. During winter, the sun appears to set directly into the Gulf, creating a breathtaking sight. On exceptionally clear evenings, you might even catch a glimpse of a rare phenomenon called the green flash. Lasting just a couple of seconds at sunset, this optical illusion occurs due to prism-like refraction over water, briefly blending colors into a vivid green glow under the right conditions. And that's kind of cool, but check this out. In the late 1960s, as Destin experienced significant growth, Bill McFarland was dredging numerous deep canals for a new development when he dredged up a few gold coins from a Spanish galleon buried beneath the sand. Dating back to the year of our Lord 1536, these coins hinted at a fascinating history. Although the official story suggests that further excavation of the wreck was unsuccessful, allowing development to proceed without additional discoveries, one can't help but to wonder about any unofficial tales surrounding this intriguing find. I'm just saying, you're gonna let thousands of gold coins just sit there? Really? But this last factoid might be the most interesting. Eglin Air Force Base isn't actually in Destin. It's located about 20 minutes down the road. But it's significant to Destin because Eglin Air Force Base holds the distinction of being the largest Air Force base in the world and one of the oldest Air Force bases in the U.S. There's a lot happening at Eglin Air Force Base, and most of it's classified. Hey, remember Space Force? Space Force manages an array radar station at Eglin. And I don't guess it's a big deal that Space Force is babysitting an outdated radar system that's really just a relic from the Cold War. I'm sure Space Force has nothing to do with recent UFO encounters in the Gulf, seen and reported by expert military witnesses who just a few months ago happened to provide their testimony about said UFOs to a House Oversight Subcommittee. Seriously, Eglin Air Force Base is right in the middle of an ongoing congressional investigation about UAPs, also known as UFOs. But don't think about any of that. This is a facts video, not a conspiracy video. So moving on. Number 1. Destin dolphin viewing. One of the highlights of our visit to Destin was embarking on a dolphin cruise. Destin is renowned for its excellent opportunities for dolphin watching. Unlike some areas where dolphins migrate seasonally, in Destin they are frequently spotted year-round, making it an ideal destination for dolphin enthusiasts. Early mornings are often the optimal time for dolphin sightings, as these creatures are typically more active during these hours, and in the mid-afternoon when the waters are calmer with fewer boats around. The most immersive experience is being on the water with dolphins. Guided boat tours take passengers to known dolphin hotspots. Opting for a private boat charter, such as a pontoon, offers greater flexibility. We saw dolphins up close and personal from the beginning of our cruise until the very end, and we made a facts video inspired by our Destin Dolph cruise. Click the tab at the top right corner of your screen now to see some breathtaking scenery and learn about dolphins and dolphin cruises. If you're seeking an unforgettable coastal getaway, Destin, Florida stands out as an ideal destination for a multitude of reasons. Whether it's the white sand beaches, crystal clear emerald green water, fishing, snorkeling, paddleboarding, golf courses, nature reserves, or Destin's wealth of family-friendly activities, Destin promises a memorable experience for the whole family. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Here are some other videos I know you'll enjoy, and make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment. My name is Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life.